Our Max Morning Show, and we have guests in our studios here today, the Auto Park Studios. I want to welcome in friends from the wonderful Marshall County Orchestra who have made their way here today to talk with us about some great things that are taking place. And I guess what we kind of need to do is kind of introduce our wonderful folks that are here. And so without further ado, let's welcome in
I am Annette Ray of the Marshall County Church Orchestra, and we have with us here is
Charity Stark, recently joined.
Yes.
Well, wonderful. Congratulations. Now, for those of you who are trying to view the show here, I got a camera that all of a sudden is not working, so I'm kind of fiddling with it while we're doing our interview here, so sorry about that. But, well, you guys have been really busy of late, haven't you?
We have, but we take a break in the wintertime, and we've got our started back up on April 25th, and so we're gearing up for our farmers market program coming up June 8th, and then we will perform again September 21st. We love to play at the farmers market. Now, you played with us last year, didn't you, Charity, at the farmers market, or did you not? Oh, no.
No, it was years ago.
Yep, it was years ago.
So, okay, how long have you been with the orchestra?
My gosh, we became the Marshall County Church Orchestra
That's right, yeah, that's how it started.
2004. But actually, before that, it was about 6 years. We just kind of started a small group at our church, and we're there. And there was
But you
about
didn't
10 of
perform,
us.
though, did you?
No,
Yeah,
no.
you're just
We
there to
played a
get
little bit
together.
at church. Yeah, way back when. And then Don Harness was always our leader,
Oh,
and
miss him.
yeah, he's a good guy.
He's
And
a great guy.
so he wanted to extend it and make it a bigger group. So we opened up to other area churches, and that's how we became Marshall County Church
Mm-hmm.
Orchestra. And that was in 2004.
So, since you've been there for a majority of the time, how many did you start off with, you remember?
It was about 10 of us.
About 10.
Yes.
And now where do we stand as far as members go?
58 and growing.
Yes.
And growing. And we meet at, you want to add to that, where we meet for practices, Charity? I want to get her
we
in,
meet
because I
at-
can just talk and talk and talk, but I
Yeah.
want Charity to speak too.
We meet at REMC every Thursday night at 7.
We
And practice for about an hour and a half for the performances.
You know, and being a singer at Plymouth Wesleyan on the praise team, it's tough to get everybody all together. But especially on a weeknight. But boy, the commitment that your members of the orchestra have given on a weeknight, it's now part of a routine.
It is, definitely.
It's been amazing, and that's why you guys have not only grown leaps and bounds, but you sound amazing.
Well, thank you. We
sound
think
amazing now.
we've really worked hard at it. We've really advanced. Since Don has passed away, which we love Don.
Absolutely.
Alex Jeffries, or Alexandra Jeffries, has become our leader. And it's just a kind of a fresh start. She's got a different perspective and different way of directing. So, yeah, we've got it narrowed down to Thursdays. It just seems like it works well for our group. We've got some of our group they teach piano and teach different instruments through the week. And so Thursday has just kind of been the night that we can all get together.
Alexandria was talented when she was young. And you just knew she was going to have some great things in store for her as she continued on in the musical platform. And now, man, she's involved in so many other things. And, one of these days I'd like to get her in and just talk about her success story, because it's pretty sweet. And it's just nice to promote someone local who has had this kind of wonderful adventure. I'm glad she posts on Facebook to let us know how she's doing, because you sit back and you go, it's just another amazing thing that she's doing, and here she is now directing an orchestra. And you guys have branched out, and to a point where you're getting looks from other venues that are saying, they're going, all right.
Right. Yep.
You've even got a chance to play with other orchestras too, if I'm not mistaken.
Parts of us have you.
Yeah, parts of you have been able
Yes.
to. That's just good.
Yeah.
I think the Marshall County Orchestra has done some great things for individuals who love performing in an orchestra setting.
I agree.
Yeah, and It's not just people who are great at playing. There's a lot of younger people who have joined, and she tries to incorporate all the talent of different levels to help get people up to where it needs to be. And she pushes us to different levels in the music.
Yeah.
And doesn't just
She gets you out of your box for starters,
definitely.
Yes, she does.
you know, and that's a good leader.
Right. And one thing with our group, as Charity was saying, we have different levels. You know, we have entry level kids that are in high school. And I just brag upon, we had Carl Doherty, who was my first band director when I was in 6th grade. So that was like almost 55 years ago or so. Anyway, he since has passed away, but he was 96, still playing baritone with us. So we had high school grade, and then we still had and we have 80s, people in their 80s playing with us, which I think is spectacular. I always say sports are great. We got to keep our bodies moving, but you can't play sports in your 80s and in
Right.
your 90s,
Yeah,
but you
that's a little
can
tough to
play,
do.
you can play music.
Yeah.
And it's exciting.
And then, that's what your demographics. Your demographics are from young to old.
Right. Yep, we
That
do.
says an awful lot for the success of what you guys been able to do.
And we've got what I consider more professional, like Charity was saying, we've got entry level people, and yet we've got, Alex is, I consider professional because that's how she's making her living now. And we've got Spencer Berg, who is taking music up at IUSB. He's going to be a band director. He just completed his freshman year. So he's in with us. He plays tuba, and he's a spectacular player. He's actually going to be directing us tonight at our practice
nice.
because Alex has, she teaches up at John Young, and they have
Okay.
a concert tonight. So she asked several of our group who could direct tonight because we need to keep practicing. And
Right.
so Spencer stepped up, and we've got Dolan Berkeypile. He's a young man from Triton band, and he loves music, and so he stepped up, and he's going to direct a piece tonight. But Spencer is spectacular also in his ability in bringing things out in us as a group. So we've got an arrangement, and I wanted to say we've got 3 pastors in our group who
That's
play.
awesome.
We've just got all kinds of people.
The success of the Marshall County Orchestra, it's gotten to a point where, everybody still volunteers.
Exactly.
Everybody volunteers here. But it also costs money. I mean, sheets of music, by the way, don't just fall from the sky.
Not when you're buying a whole orchestra.
Exactly right.
set.
And so that becomes extremely, extremely, extremely expensive. So, which means you are hopeful every year that you get some kind of financial donation or support, whatever you want to call it. And it's turned out it's come from members. It's come from all kinds of different avenues. Talk a little bit about that, because I would imagine if there's one thing that makes you feel good is the fact that people, businesses, other organizations are appreciating what you're doing because they got to see you for one time and they were impressed. That's got to make you feel good, Charity.
Definitely. I was in it years ago when I was in high school, and then I've recently moved back and rejoined. And it says a lot too that I remembered that I loved being in there, so I wanted to rejoin. But the fact that other people appreciate the music that we're doing and the volunteer work that we're doing, that they would be willing to help support in any capacity.
Right.
Right. And we actually have, of course, we love to play at the farmers market, and that's volunteer. And it's just a great atmosphere to play there. But throughout the year, we do, one of our big ones is the Blueberry Festival. We play at the
Oh,
Blueberry
yeah.
Festival on
That's right.
Friday
I forgot
night.
about
And the Blueberry Festival Committee, they treat us really great on paying us, which is a big part of that. And then we also have our Christmas program. We just played at the Reese Theater this last year. Before that, we would play at the Knights of Columbus. And that was a great atmosphere too. But the wreath is spectacular, as you know how it's been
Absolutely.
redone, and it just
Acoustically, you got to
and
give
it's
some
fun.
props there too.
Right,
because
we are a big group on that small stage.
That's right.
But we squeeze on there.
That's right.
So it's pretty fun.
So what instrument do you play?
I play in the orchestra alto sax.
Alto sax. What do you play, Charity?
I'm playing the baritone sax right now.
Baritone sax.
Yes.
That's one instrument that I would have loved to learn to play, but I chickened out and went to the cornet, which is a different version of a trumpet, smaller version. I only did it I'm a sports guy, so I was heavily involved with sports and trying to juggle being part of the middle school band for 3 years and loved all 3 years. Part of me wishes I would have stuck to it. But if you think that playing these instruments are easy, you got another thing coming. And one of them is the sax, that I think is probably one of the most difficult instruments because everything you have to do in correlation with just blowing into the instruments. I mean, it's a tough instrument to play. But man, when you learn how to play it, there's nothing more beautiful sounding than a saxophone.
It's so versatile. So many different
Yeah, if you want to play
types
rock,
of music.
you got it.
You squeeze right in there.
Classical, perfect.
Any of that stuff, yeah. I wanted to promote this, or Charity and I wanted to promote our program coming up this Saturday night,
Okay.
the 18th. And it is actually we call it small groups of the orchestra. Like a Charity and I are playing in a sax trio.
Okay.
Her dad, who I'm very proud of, he's going to be playing the bari sax for this, and then Charity's playing the tenor, and I will be playing the alto. But our program this Saturday is not to benefit our orchestra, it is to benefit Plymouth United Sound. That, I don't know if you know anything about that, Tony?
I do not. This is all new to me here.
It's a great organization. I saw they had a great write-up in the Plymouth Pilot News. It was the first part of April, I think. I think it was on the front page. But it is a program set up, and it looks like it's nationwide, but Plymouth has incorporated it into their program. It will help special needs students
Really?
to learn to play an instrument and be in a band.
Nice.
Yes, and you should look up there. I saw they have a Facebook page. It's under Plymouth United Sound.
Plymouth United Sound, okay.
Yep. So the money we raise and at this program this Saturday on the 18th will go towards that. We also had we called it, chamber music is what we kind of started out with last year, and we played our program at St. Michael's. This year we're going to be at St. Thomas Episcopal Church, which is just 2 blocks north of here, your station. So, and that starts at 7 o'clock. Anybody can come, and you don't have to, if you can't afford it, don't worry about it. Just come and enjoy the music. And if you want to donate.
Yeah, it's a free will donation. So whatever you feel you would like to donate, you could always donate, but you could always just come enjoy the music. I think we have about six
groups.
Six groups, and that's like in almost all of them.
But not
Nice,
quite.
nice.
Not
So where's this at?
This is just 2 blocks north of here. It is St. Thomas
St.
Episcopal.
Thomas, okay.
And I was going to get you an address here if people didn't know where it was at. The address is 400 North Center Street. So it's going to be there, starts at 7 o'clock, and 100% of the proceeds will go towards this Plymouth United Sound to help the kids out. And the money that they would need is if an instrument needs refurbished, repadded, or any type of work, that money will go towards that. And it also will pay for if they need extra tutoring. One thing I think is great about this program for the special needs students is it is through the band at the high school, and they have high school mentors that are helping these children to learn the instruments. Now, how awesome is
That's
that?
great.
To get these kids
that's great.
learning right off the bat how to teach someone else who may is struggling with learning. So the mentor has to kind of change their mindset on how to get it across to this student on how to learn. And so I saw that the write-up in the paper said that they had a student doing saxophone, a student with the trumpet, and another one with the percussion, like with the mallets. And I just thought, wonderful to teach them how to read music.
Absolutely.
I've got a friend who performs on our praise team, and he plays by ear. I cannot play by ear at all.
Well, I do.
Do you?
I struggle reading music. I'm no kidding. I do. But if I'm listening to it, I'll pick up on it, and I can handle it. But not playing instruments. I'm a singing dude.
Yeah, I
And
know, and
so-
you sing great.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
But I'm usually a pretty quick learner. Once I hear something, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I can make it, or fake it till I make it. But I know how that works, because I couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
You give me the sheet of music that I sing to, that I'm supposed to sing. You might as well just try to teach me, Japanese or Egyptian
It's about
hieroglyphics.
that
You
way,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no way I could do it. But it's just one of those scenarios where, I totally relate to learning by hearing,
Right.
and then just execute it to the way it's supposed to be. And when we learn music all different ways. And that's the beauty of it. And when you're talking about this program now, I love that, because it gets the kids with special needs outside their box, but more importantly, it makes them feel like they're one of us.
Exactly, and they are one of us.
And they
Exactly,
are.
yeah.
But it's tough when you're not able to be involved in certain activities you would like to, because of your situation. And we did that Rock and Rockies program last Friday, where they did Olympic events and stuff like that for the special needs. Oh my God, it was amazing. And you sit back and you can't help but cry, because that's how much fun it is to see someone with special needs just do something that they don't get a chance to do.
Exactly.
And with each other. The same person who's going through the same issues in their life, and and to have 3 kids now doing this in the orchestra, priceless, man.
I think
That's
it's
just
awesome.
priceless.
Right. I saw on their Facebook page where the kids got to perform in the pep band for the basketball game.
Sweet.
It is sweet.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
And
Music
and
really just brings everyone together.
it really does.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
really does. And I'm walking proof of it. I mean, go in my car. I'm a Southern gospel guy, and go in my car right now. Turn it on. I got it. And it's just I love music. I love all genres, by the way. From classic hits, I even like classical music. I like certain rap. I'll even listen to some country, but it's got to be the old country. The old George Jones and Conway Twitty guys.
Yep.
That's what I grew up on. That's what I like. And I feel blessed because of that. I feel one of the blessings that the good Lord gave me is the fact that I'm able to appreciate all that. And because you're right, music just hits. It hits the one part of you that is probably the most common thing we have as human beings. Is
And it's
music.
something everyone can participate in.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you just even if you stink at singing,
Yeah.
it's still part of you. And like I said, I totally get what they're doing with the sound, and I'm glad to hear that that's being done.
And we are totally supporting that. I mean, again,
Yeah.
this program on Sunday evening, I just encourage people to come on
Yeah.
Sunday evening.
So this
or
is
Saturday. I said
this
Sunday.
Saturday.
This Saturday,
This
the
Saturday
18th.
in St. Thomas.
Yes.
You guys work with Drews?
We don't, but we know of Drew's, and Deb
Okay.
knows about us. Deb Carmine.
Yeah.
Or Johnson. I knew her as Deb Carmine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a Drew's gift shirt
Yeah, you
on
do.
right now.
How about that?
Yes,
Yes, you do.
I support her all the way. I think she's doing a great job with her program on getting instruments refurbished. And
helping
Charity,
out.
yeah, you said you knew Deb from a long time ago.
Yeah, she was my bus driver way back when, and how it all came about, super sad, and because her son passed away,
Right.
and he would have been just like Alexandra, a superstar in the music world, and what they're doing is so great.
Well, I'm thinking, getting Deb involved with that particular new group that they're working with.
I wouldn't
'cause
doubt she is involved
she
somehow.
probably is. I
Yeah.
haven't had a
Yeah,
chance to
she
talk to her
has her
about it,
hands
but-
like in almost everything.
And then you're right, and that's great because it's making a difference.
Yep.
And
It
that's-
really is.
That's the key, you know.
It is.
So this Saturday, St. Thomas,
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Be about an hour program.
What are we looking at as far as music? It just
Well, I got a copy of our program here so we wouldn't forget anything. You want to say something to Cherry about that?
What I'm kind of excited about is the Spencer Berg duet that he himself wrote. So I thought that was super cool.
To be a writer,
Yeah.
to have that gift.
It's amazing.
I
And
know.
he's playing with Roberta Kepler, and
Okay.
she'll be playing a euphonium, very similar to a baritone, but the sound's a little more mellow. So him and her will be playing that, and it is a spectacular song. Yeah.
Nice.
I know with the trio, we had to rewrite, well, Annette had to rewrite one of our pieces. And I think it just really flows now than what it was. But yeah, I'm excited.
How often, Charity and that, how often are you guys able to just be by yourself and practice? Or
We meet on Tuesdays at 7.
so additional of what your normal Marshall County
along
RMC
as.
schedule is. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, which has been tough because we all have, just like everyone,
We have life.
We have got things going on, and life is busy.
We've had to change venues a couple times,
Yep.
change times, but we always try to get together at least once a week to practice, and then we also practice on our own.
And we've got a few songs that I picked out 4 songs, and we've got it down to 2, but we've got 2 other songs that we just love. Not quite there to perform on Saturday night yet, but we would love to perform them at
you're gonna
the
get
farmer's market or something, because I tell Cherry, we like to pick music that our audience would enjoy. I mean, I sit in the audience at programs, and I know that if I didn't keep my attention, I'm snoozing.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. You know, you get relaxed, and next thing you're dozing off.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that per se, but you don't want to do it at the concert.
True.
You know,
Try
you just
not
don't want to do it at
to.
the concert.
Yeah.
When's your first performance at the farmer's market?
June 8th.
June 8th.
Yeah,
okay.
it's coming up, just a
Yeah,
few weeks.
just around the corner.
Yeah, and we play all kinds of music, show tunes. We've got some patriotic, we've got some Christian. We just play a wide arrangement.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it is good stuff.
So Saturday, St. Thomas. What time?
7 o'clock
7 o'clock.
this Saturday, the 18th.
Is it free admission or is it admission?
Free admission, and then we'll just accept free will donations.
Well, please do a lot of free willing for this orchestra, because they're making a difference in our community. That is for sure, as you just heard here the last half hour. But even more so, it's local, and we got a lot of good talent in our area.
We do.
So thank you both for coming in today, and we appreciate you, and keep up the great work, and let's hopefully we can fill them up at St. Thomas this Saturday night.
That'd be great. Thanks, Tony.
You betcha. All right, back to wrap it up after this on Marshall County Today.